kind of. Yes, he's just like, can't wait for people to stop saying "let's go." It's so annoying.
Yeah, everyone says it.
Yeah. Hey Fraser, how you doing this week, man?
I am good. I'm good. I'm excited for another advert. It's a static ad this week. And I'd say this format is fairly popular, but we haven't spoken about it, shockingly enough. So, should we just jump in? Should we just do it?
Yeah, well, let's welcome to the greatest ad in the world this week. And I'm super excited. If you're here, don't forget to subscribe and like the channel and share this with your friends. And if you got suggestions, let us know. We'd love to take a look at some of your ads too if you want to do it. And with that being said, Fraser, take us away.
Okay, so this is from Hopper, which, if you know them, they give you cheap deals on hotels. They are very good at, they are very good at performance creative, but I think thinking a bit outside the box in terms of how they present their offer, because at the end of the day, it's an app. There isn't really anything to, it isn't a product that you can show. Instead, it's a service, it's an app. So they have to be creative in the way they think about it. This advert, I'm seeing this format all the time, and it goes back to, we've said this in a previous episode, but it goes back to that meme style page advert. Like, how many times have you seen a meme which has been a print screen of a Twitter post? Endless times, which is the reason why this advert works, is because our brains, people of a certain age, are kind of formulated in order to see this kind of post and pay attention to it, because it's either going to be funny or it's going to teach them something. That's normally what comes in this kind of frame. So we're psychologically hacking people here into paying attention to an advert which they would usually scroll past, because essentially what they've done is they've just generated a fake tweet. You can use online tweet generators. You can design this in Figma. We have templates for this in Creative OS. There's a million ways that you can do this, okay? But essentially all it is some text and an image. That's all it is. It's super simple. And you're hooking people in. They see this straight away and they pay attention because they think it might be funny. They get tricked into seeing an advert. This is what a $37 hotel looks like. Mind blown. And it truly is mind blown, because that hotel looks incredible and there's no way that that can be $37. Click. You've won them. That's, this is an easy top of the funnel advert that anyone can create, which is bringing in people which are completely new and getting those app downloads. I think this is a fantastically simple advert that we can learn a lot from by, taking things that we've learned, through our days of scrolling through organic feeds. Let's bring that to paid. And this is a perfect example of that.
I love that last point you made, because it is exactly that. And I think people often forget that paid media ads are the exact same thing as organic content. I mean, content is the same no matter what. A commercial exists in the same medium as the TV show, right? If it's a print ad, it's on the same material and the same placement as the rest of the magazine. An ad in your Facebook feed looks just like all of the other content. I mean, yes, in the early days of the internet, you had banner ads that were very clearly not the same as the images and stuff that was also on the page, but we moved way past that. And I think there is far too little attention or intentionality given to the content of just saying what works organically. And this is something that I think people can really learn from. And I think first off, this is gorgeous. I want to stay there I paid far more than $37 a night for a room that looked far more shit than this. And even in Las Vegas, and or especially in Las Vegas, who knows? And my point to that being, one of the things out of this that immediately I love is that it feels native. It's exactly the same kind of thing that works. And I mean, I don't know about your opinion of it, but as a performance marketer, one of the things that I always look at when one of the things I always try to tell people is like, you don't always have to try to come up with the next great idea. One of the
Yeah.
easiest wins you can have as a brand. One of the things I tell people all the time when they come into brand development or do consulting calls or in the MBA program, and I'm trying to help them get more creative because I'm not a creative guy, which is why I love all this stuff. Is like, go to your organic social. Like I did a video for Hexclad explaining how to do like 322 ads, and it was basically just saying like, if our problem in the account is that we're struggling to scale the spend because we're seeing our frequencies are getting higher, our CPMs are rising, really we need a top of funnel ad. The first thing I would be doing is going to the Instagram account and seeing the reels or the TikTok account and seeing the videos that blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, it was all just Gordon kind of being goofy and kind of taking the piss out of himself and just being sort of like, being that guy. And all of that top performing organic content is also going to get us very low CPMs, very large reach, and serve the purpose of being top of funnel for our marketing efforts. And
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, this ad doesn't say anything about anything regarding the app. There's no sales pitch. There's no features and benefits. There's nothing to it. And it's so powerful in that
Mm-hmm.
organic content can be some of the best ads, or it can also be a palette with which you use. So with that being said, like, I'm curious from your breakdown, like what makes this, if you had to say like 3-4 things, like what makes this so visually appealing or thumb stopping in a way where like, why is it that I look at this and I already know everything that I need to know and I'm emotionally like connected to something? Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the brain to break down like, how do I take this and do something with it? But like clearly it won.
Yeah, yeah. The main thing is, like I mentioned, it is framed like an organic post. You are going to fool people into thinking this is a piece of organic content. They're going to consume it. They're going to find themselves interested, and they're going to click through. That's the main reason why this ad is designed the way it's designed. In terms of what, like how you are like consuming this, like our brains are reading down, right? We see this massive piece of text. This is what a $37 hotel looks like. You're looking at that and you're going, oh, I wonder what a $37 hotel does look like. Oh my god, that looks great. Like that's the way our eyes and our brains are consuming that content. But it is actually giving us a bit more information than potentially we first think. And the main one is that it's giving you the location. So it's Las Vegas. If I said, like 37, think of whereabouts you'd be able to stay in a hotel for $37. You're instantly thinking, like you thought, probably somewhere that's not very pleasant to visit. Well, no, this
Right.
is Las Vegas. This is like, this is a travel hotspot. People come from all over the world and they spend a lot of money to stay in a fancy hotel. Instead, this is $37 a night. It is actually telling you who the brand is because it says Hopper Picks. So straight away, you actually already know who the brand is. They've managed to kind of include a bit of brand in there as well. And also they said it's a guest favorite, which means that this is a hotel that people stay at on a regular basis. And that's all just part of the UI of, the app. They haven't done anything special here. They haven't popped that stuff in there just for the advert. That's just the way that the UX of the app is. So their product is working in their favor, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're saying that, it's like I went onto Hopper, I took a screenshot, I then post. I'm Alex. I'm at ATE.
Yeah, because that's definitely a real username. It's definitely a real username.
I'm gonna go look at to see if this is.
I was about to do that when you were talking earlier.
ATEE.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Man, if that's a Hopper, like
if that's a real account, there's no way.
These tweets are protected. 12 people following, following 12 people, 2 followers joined in October 2020. None of all the mentions are about other hotels that Hopper has done. So like, this is brilliant. A
Yeah.
whole other like level, which is fun. Um, well done, Hopper. Like it's actually basically just like I'm on my phone. I took a screenshot of this. I shared it to social
Yeah.
media, and I took a snapshot, and like everything is there.
Hmm.
And like when you say that, one of the things too that as a performance marketer, I think is essential. And to be fair, this is something that maybe for me feels native, and for other folks it feels contrarian. So I'll say that is, I'm not interested in the first transaction. I'm not interested in the app download. I'm not interested in the contribution margin of this sale.
Hmm.
The relationship with the customer has many touch points. I'm looking at customer journey acquisition, cash flow development. And what matters for me is that my user experience and my customer experience is one that drives them to want to spend money with me more and more often, so that I can get more, what I call mailbox money, or the revenue floor goes up. And that's in e-commerce. In this case, because it's an app, it's about the stickiness and usage of the app. It's not a win to get the app downloaded. Sure. The win is having it still be there in 30 days. The
Yeah.
win is having it get used. It's like lead gen, app downloads, e-commerce is all the same thing. Like e-commerce is not about making the sale at like a positive contribution margin or ROAS or profit or MER or whatever. It's a lead to future cash flow. And what this ad does, what you just displayed, and now I'm finally getting it, and so I'm just kind of pontificating on it for a second, is I know what this app looks like without having the app. When I download the app and log in, it looks like this.
Hmm.
And I can already use it because you've trained me what to expect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's where
my
a lot of these
expectation,
that's where a lot of these like game, these like TikTok game ads where they have to put like
oh,
not real game footage. That's where they fall down. I would love to know how many people download the app and delete it when it's not the way it looks on the advert.
oh, I download, like I'm guilty of that. I'm the guy that's like, I get the ad. It's like, oh man, there's no ads in this thing, and the gameplay is great, and you download it in like 30
And
seconds. To like, that's nothing like it. It's complete
yeah,
nonsense. It's total
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. And
Um,
then you instantly delete the app and you never trust the advert ever again.
Never
Whereas
again.
if you
And when I see
actually
the comments, I write in like, this is total nonsense. So
yeah, yeah,
as the
exactly. Yeah.
marketer, when the customer experience breaks expectation, you're also jacking up customer acquisition costs because all of your ads look bad. So your
Mhm,
CPMs go through the roof. And there's
mhm,
nothing the creative team can do to overcome that bad expectation. No cost cap, no audience, no Facebook hack du jour is going to overcome the fact that the user experience. Now, to be fair, I don't have the Hopper app. If I opened it up and it looked nothing like this, it's an immediate delete, and then like reporting as spam on my feed every time I see it. But like,
yeah.
here's what I get out of this ad. One, I'm going to look for this hotel.
Mhm.
Like 100% me, I'm going to download and be like, Las Vegas, where's that $37 room? Which means I'm already downloading and engaging.
Yeah.
Also, my expectation is when I click on this, it's going to say, okay, what night do you want? And then do you want to book? And if I'm downloading the app because I'm that interested, then the route between me downloading and then me using Hopper to book the room, which is where Hopper's getting their money,
Mhm.
that gap, that 3-step process, it could be 10 minutes,
Yeah.
which is massive.
Mm.
Right? Like their CAC is already paid for in that single piece potentially.
Yeah.
And that is gorgeous, because outside of it, yeah, it's a pretty room. I don't even believe this is a photograph. Like I look at this and I'm like, I'm suspect to see whether or not this is really what the room looks like. But that's maybe because last week we were talking about all the renders, and I'm just like, that's not even real food. Wait a minute. Like I'm always like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I think if you're looking to, to make a really easy ad creative and, make something which is probably going to be effective, this kind of template works really well because we're so used to seeing it on the feed. It fits really nicely. It should lead to fairly low CPMs. I think this is a solid creative that anyone can try. Like now, you can mock this up now.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing that I like about this, and I'll maybe end on this, is let me ask your opinion about it. Is this is infinitely scalable as a
Mhm.
concept?
Yeah, you can make endless amounts of these.
Yeah, like whatever market I'm trying to promote. Like, oh, we just got a whole bunch of hotels in London. Awesome. I'm gonna do this for everyone.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
definitely.
like it makes it so easy. And even on then, like your relationships of saying, like, is there a spot across the street from the eye that wants to be featured? I could
Mhm.
legitimately charge them or make a relationship with them to be featured in the advert. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many opportunities with something like this. And I love finding those pieces because travel is something that is seasonal.
Mhm.
And that, like, Las Vegas is a city people might want to go to 12 months out of the year, but not every city is, right? There are some spots where you're like,
Yeah.
you want to go there during certain times of the year and maybe not others. Um, like peak travel season to Hawaii isn't July, it's like October, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I just, for me, that makes it so just, you could overwhelm people. There's an overwhelming ability to take this concept and run with it over and over again, which,
Mhm.
for what it's worth, when you get a template that is so easily repeatable, and effective, that makes the digital marketing side of the business so easy. Which, I mean,
Yeah.
shout out for what it's worth. One of the reasons that I love Creative OS, because I can just go in there and bang out 20 of them, and if it works, I can do 20 more, and like
Mhm.
it makes selling product and running ads tremendously easy. So thank you for that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I said that I was going to phrase that as a question, and maybe I didn't. But like, I don't know if you
That's
have any
okay.
thoughts on that. But like,
No, I mean
I love.
you explain it perfectly. That this is the kind of format that everyone looks for, no matter what industry you're in. You want a format which is repeatable but different at the same time. You can, different variations of this, different images, different hotels, different text. Like there's a lot of different ways that you can make this feel different for the customer, which is important. Because otherwise, like visual fatigue will come in where people are just fed up of seeing the same ads all the time. That is a thing and it happens all the time. Works the same if you use the same video assets in your UGC mashups all the time. So do think about that. But yeah, make sure you make this stuff different. But when you find a format like this, keep on at it, especially if it works.
Yeah, no, I think it's great, man. I smash, dude. Like this is gorgeous. It's
Go on.
beautiful, and Alex has a follow request, which I'm sure will go ignored for years and years and years, but until the account gets deleted. At least one more from me. Alex, hey, shout out. Let me know if I can get in on there. Like you only have 2 followers. I want to be number 3. But thank you so much, Fraser. This is excellent, dude. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll link this down below as we always do, and put some stuff down below if you want to talk to Fraser or myself. And hey, man, thank you so much. I'll see you next week.
No worries. See you soon.
All right, bye. Bam.